YouTubers, what's up? It's yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Actually one that I've been promising over the last couple videos I've done, and I've gotten a number of requests for, which is a up-to-date tour of my music room. I did a tour video, I don't remember exactly how long ago it was, maybe 8 months ago, 9 months ago or something like that. And I actually went back and watched it a few days ago, and it's kind of funny. It's really cool how much my room has changed over that time period. Even going back and looking at my very first videos, I mean, it's just, I don't know, pretty incredible how things have been growing. But anyway, I just want to kind of go through and share with you how I have things set up. And you've probably seen most of it anyway, because some of my more recent videos, I've kind of walked around the room shooting the video. So, you know, but anyway, it's just something fun to do. And like I said, I've got a number of requests, and any excuse to talk about music and music-related things, I'm all up for it. So I'll start off here on my desk area over here, which is where I have my music hall, which is my main turntable there, as well as my Sony USB turntable down here, which I only use when I'm putting stuff in my iTunes. I almost never use that turntable, but my little laptop where I keep my database, and my little camera stand, that's where I shoot my videos from, and then my TV and my other computer there. And then pretty much the same equipment that I had prior. My IKEA tape deck is in the shop, so I'm using this one right now just to kind of get me by, but I should have that back pretty soon. But same 8-track player, Sony receiver, CD player, and all of that. So that hasn't changed much. Small collection of pens I have. I do collect those, just not aggressively. So my signed copy of Static X, my signed copy of Band of Horses, and then some of my tape collection up here. That's my Judas Priest collection, that's my AC/DC collection, my Van Halen collection, my little tribute shelf with Metallica, all their studio albums on cassette, as well as a 10-inch Live at Grimey's, a few of their VHS tapes, a couple of their cassette singles, 7-inch Jump in the Fire picture disc, couple guitar picks we got at their last concert, and then some more of their CDs and a couple of DVDs. Autograph CDs up here. I'm not finished putting that shelf together. And then a drumstick I got from Shinedown Godsmack concert, signed picture of In This Moment, and then a 10-inch Iron Maiden record there. Little bag I got that was kind of cool. And then just, you know, other basic wall decoration stuff over there. My clock and Bowie photo and all, some more of my signed CDs. Then over here, I moved all of my metal CDs to this crate over here. That holds about 100 CDs there, so I kind of give you an idea about how many metal CDs I have. So that's that. This right here, actually, is going to be my CDs in rotation little spot over here. So now the CDs I want to make sure I'm listening to, I'm going to start putting those right here to coincide with the record rotation stack that I showed in my last video. But that's a little stand where I keep the covers of the records I'm currently listening to, just to keep them kind of safe. More of my CDs here. This is all R&B, hip-hop, jazz, and country is in this stack right here, kind of creating that dividing wall you see in the background of all my videos. Some more of my vinyl over here, and these two stacks and this down here, as well as these two top rows, are the only sections in my vinyl collection that are actually organized by artist. So as you can kind of see over here, that's where I have my Rob Zombie, Joan Jett, Neil Young, U2, Depeche Mode, my in rotation for vinyl. Let's see, Lucinda Williams, Zeppelin, so forth. Then down here, you know, we're starting with Bad Brains, and we end up with Stevie Wonder over here. So again, the reason why I did that with this stack is it gives me the flexibility to be able to pull individual artists out of the main stacks over here that are alphabetized A through Z within genres. So when I need to create room over here, I can just pull out a couple of artists that, you know, I could take 15, 20 albums out and then just tuck them right over here. So that's kind of where that logic came with on that. So I'm moving right along. More of my CDs. This is all soundtracks. This is techno, and this is blues. I don't have a lot of blues on CD. I've always bought that strictly on vinyl. Probably because I didn't start really listening to blues until I started collecting vinyl, so that's probably why. But my Motley Crue collection. This is a little setup I have over here because I do collect some VHS tapes, some of the older 80s movies that I like so much, and it's kind of just a little 13-inch TV and VCR that I can watch them on. This is where some of my cassettes are stored in all of these little cassette boxes, which just have, just full of tapes, which are also not alphabetized but organized by genre. So that's just tapes all the way down there, which I think I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10 of those stacks there. So then we skip right across, and this is more of my tape collection over here, which is still pretty much organized the same way it was last time. And these are just some new 8-track tapes I got at Goodwill the other day, so some good stuff in there. Tommy Shindell, Al Green, a few other people. Stuff I've already put in my database, I just need to kind of tuck away, so that's all just new stuff sitting over there. So that's my tape collection. More CDs here, and this is basically my 60s going all the way down through the 2000s. So that's kind of just my CD collection, and all those are alphabetized and within genres. And then of course my 2 speakers here that go with my what I label as my vintage system, if you will. LPs, pretty much the same thing. I have them set up according to genres, and they're all alphabetized A through Z within the genres. So they just kind of go, step back here, I'm sorry. They just kind of go across, just like you read. More of my cassettes over here. It's more of my classic rock. A lot of my Neil Young, Creedence, Steppenwolf, Jethro Tull, stuff like that is all throughout there. These are some of the 8 tracks that I listen to a little more frequently. So I got them on these 2 little spinning things that I got from Goodwill's again. Some of my box sets, as well as just some of the larger books that I have. My little black box that I keep some of my more prized possessions in. And then this little tower that I also picked up at a Goodwill for $2, but it holds about 100 cassettes, which is really convenient. I wish I had a couple more of these. But this is all my metal CDs, is what I have over here, metal and hard rock. So, you can see there, kind of Testament, Iron Maiden, Godsmack, White Zombie, all that good stuff. And then more of my CDs over here. This is my hard rock and grunge CDs over here. Alright. So that's kind of that stack and that wall. Of course, all the different posters and everything that I have up there. All that good stuff. And then kind of on the other side of the wall here, my DVDs, concerts, and all that good stuff. This is where I have some of the VHS tapes, and I'm actually watching a little more right now, as well as some more of my 8 tracks. 2 of my boxes of 45s, and then I have 2 more boxes of 45s over here, and this is an empty box there, so I still have a little room to expand with those, which is nice. This box is where I keep some new stuff that comes in, whether it's things I have to just kind of go through, put in the system, file away, whatever the case may be. So that's where kind of my new holding section is. Stuff in the back here is some new stuff I acquired that I want to sell or trade. So I'll do a video sometime soon to see if there's some things you guys might be interested in as far as swapping and that type of stuff. Over here, this is my 90s and grunge section. So that's what kind of those 4 stacks are right there. As I already mentioned, this is set up by artists over here. We got Maiden, Motley Crue, Judas Priest, and AC/DC there, and then over here Megadeth, Metallica, Ozzy, and Black Sabbath there. And then this is my more vintage system here that I mentioned before, my Yamaha P350 turntable, as well as my Pioneer SX750 receiver that's connected to these speakers over here. So anyway, that's kind of a quick basic tour of my music room. Just kind of more stuff on the walls over here. So again, if you have any questions about anything, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer it. But that's kind of how I got things set up there, and as you can see, I'm fighting for every single inch of space I can get. I'm still very adamant about making sure that everything that comes into my room stays accessible. That's something that's very important to me, and as you can see, it's becoming pretty difficult space-wise. So, again, YouTubers, any questions, let me know, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care, YouTubers.